Live music with iTunes and Coca-Cola.
Hello and welcome to the iTunes Festival 2008. I'm Susie and we're now approaching the end of the third week of the festival, but fear not, there's still plenty of top acts coming your way over the next 11 days. Now, we've already had the likes of Paul Weller, Dizzy Rascal, NERD and Death Cab for Cutie, and tonight things are getting a little bit jazzed up with the Neil Cowley Trio. Do you think I can get away with jazz hands here, or is it too much? Jazz? Yeah, you're probably right. I'm joined now by Richard, Neil and Evan. How are you boys?
Good, thank you.
Good, thanks, apart from the lurgy, which we've got. We've got a band lurgy going on.
And
He hasn't got it.
oh, it's coming soon.
Oh,
And first of all, happy birthday, Evan. Is it your birthday today? What did you get?
well, iTunes was very nice. They gave me the latest iPod-y thing with the movies and stuff like that. I got a nice watch.
Mention the watch. I bought him a watch.
Oh, that was a lovely watch.
Actually, I didn't buy him a watch. It was free. I just gave it to him.
And I can tell you it's 6:05.
It's a fine watch.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Did you have party rings?
No.
That's for later, right?
Well, no, I'd think on your birthday you have party rings and a party hat, so... Yeah, they're lekker. Anyway,
I think they've gone to Sainsbury's. I'm sure they'll get some.
Okay.
you should have them because no birthday's complete without them. Yeah. So there we are. So guys, how are you feeling about the gig tonight?
Good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Should be really good.
Yeah, very excited. Very excited.
I mean, essentially you're flying the flag for British jazz here at the iTunes Festival. Is it a bit of pressure on you there?
I wonder how British Jazz feel about that. I'm not sure. But it is great to be in a lineup with all these fantastic names. I mean, you look at the lineup and it's all great popular acts. I mean, there's not one you don't recognise there. So to be alongside those guys, it's an immense honour. It really is.
And I mean, I think a lot of people probably have the idea of jazz as being like in a little cellar bar in New Orleans with like pork pie hats and cigar smoke. Can you dispel this myth and tell us what you guys are really about?
Well, we've got to step up to the hockey tonight because we're on this massive stage. But we are kind of we've got a large dynamic range really going on. We've got extremely quiet bits, and we've got bits that are inspired by our Dave Grohl Foo Fighters moments. You know, so there is a crossover between all the music we listen to. You know, we listen to a broad range of contemporary music, and it all kind of gets in there. It's just music really. It's not really jazz as such. It's just hopefully at times good music.
Do you reckon there could be a bit of a comeback then for sort of this contemporary jazz music, and I suppose it's instrumental more than anything? Do you think there's a bit of a comeback coming back? I mean, you've got Sigur Rós, which is a completely different style, but it's essentially instrumental and good music.
Well, yeah, I mean, I only seem to get involved in instrumental music ever because I can't stand vocalists, so really I've got no choice about it. They always drive me mad. So I've got no choice but to try and arrange some kind of comeback.
His girlfriend and my girlfriend are vocalists.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, I don't work with your girlfriends, though, do I?
I hope not.
You've been away and you've been doing festivals. How's that been for you? Where were you? Were you in Morocco?
Yeah.
What were you doing there?
Doing one of the best gigs of the year. It was an awesome gig. We didn't know what to expect. Culturally, we didn't know whether we'd go down well, and they were absolutely amazing. The setting was this old Roman ruin. There's a castle, and as the sun came down. In fact, it's the place where we played is where storks stop on their migration path. So if you went down to the bottom of the hill, there were just tons of these massive storks. It was like Jurassic Park down there. Loads of pterodactyls flying around. But yeah, they loved it. It was a great gig, and we want to do more of those kind of outposts. You know, those long distance ones, because they're really appreciative that you made the effort. You know, it's really nice.
And what tracks were keeping you sane when you were doing all this touring and travelling? And
Of our own or someone else's?
Anybody's.
I'm trying to think now. Well, I mean, His Nibs is a big one for us at the moment. You know, that's just been the iTunes single of the week. In fact, it still is. And we played it on Jules Holland, so that's been keeping us going. Really, that track. It's got a lot of attention for us. So.
I saw that on YouTube. You've got quite a lot on YouTube, and His Nibs was one of the ones that's been really highly rated. How was that playing on Jules Holland? That must have been fantastic.
It was fab.
That's good.
Yeah, it was. And Jules came over at the end and said, "That was effing great." So that was an honour. And
Pointed at your dinosaur as well.
he pointed at my dinosaur, and I got to pat James Taylor's pate, didn't I, in the photograph? Estelle and Adele were there. That was great. It was an amazing thing again for a trio of our nature to be on that show. And I think what was interesting was that when we started playing, he announced the band. He said, "The Neil Cowley Trio." He announced the band, and everyone went, "Oh, yeah, all right, yeah." And then at the end of it, there's this fantastic roar of appreciation. You know, they really got it. So it was.
We had nothing to lose, did we?
No,
nothing to lose at all. So we just went for it.
We did.
I've read quite a lot about your live performances and that you've been getting masses of standing ovations and stuff. How important is playing live to you? I mean, is that something that you just love doing?
Yeah, it's much less stressful than recording the record. It's the bit where we actually get to create, properly. It is our environment. I think that the trick for us is trying to recreate on record what we do live, because it's just we really open up. It's at times it's humorous where we're triggering off each other. We take the mick out of each other on stage. I'm always giving him glances, and it's definitely our arena. It's definitely our arena. The live thing, absolutely.
Now, what is coming up next for you? I mean, apart from all these gigs, you had your album that was critically acclaimed and you won awards. And what's coming up next in terms of albums or singles or touring?
That's a very good question. Well, we're off to Norway at the end of the month. Yeah, Canal Street, which is a gig we did last year. We played this little barn there last year, and they packed all the people in. And this year, as a reward, they've given us this massive, great arena stage. That plays outside. Yeah. So we're kind of a headline act this year, more or less.
Do you guys do? I mean, you're saying you've got a gig and stuff. Do you do a lot of sort of solo work aside from the Neil Cowley Trio?
Well, I don't.
Play with lots of people all over the place.
I think it's a healthy state of affairs. I think really because you can get stale, and if you're sort of just getting involved with other things that are not too heavily complicated, you can bring a fresh approach to when you come back to the trio. I mean, I think it's speaking for these two guys. I think it's fair to say that this is our main focus. This is the one that we hold dearest, and this is all I've got personally. This is all I ever think about.
That and shouting.
Stick with us, man.
Yeah, but I think it's good to get away. I mean, occasionally I've got this little pub band I joined when I was 14, and when I'm really stressed and they ring me up and they say they've got a gig, if I'm really stressed, I go and play with them because it's no hassle. Go and play some dodgy old covers, meet up with the guys from the old days, and just relax, because there's a lot of pressure on this gig, quite a lot, because we're doing well, really.
Yeah. Have you found? I mean, going back to the fact that you've got His Nibs and it's number one new single of the week on iTunes, have you found that the internet and iTunes and stuff have really made you a lot more accessible? Have you found a change in your fan base and stuff through the new technology?
Yeah, I think we sort of flew the flag for jazz on MySpace at one point. I think we really jumped on that. I mean, actually, to the detriment of my existence, really, because I've spent probably the last 2 years mostly on the computer rather than on the piano, just making sure that we've got lots of friends, that we keep in touch with them. We've met a lot of people. We've got quirky little people that follow us around. I mean, there's a guy that actually coming to this gig tonight who saw us in Finland, got hold of us again through MySpace, and he's flying from Poland today to come and see us. He landed at 11 a.m. and he's coming to see us.
Your mate, isn't he?
He's your mate. Bernard.
Apparently, yeah. must remember to put him on the list.
Yeah, we haven't put him on the guest list. He's come on this way.
Well, he can pay.
That's an example of the kind of people you can reach that broad spectrum of people geographically as well.
Right. So, what can we expect from you tonight then, when you're out there on the stage?
A lot of sweating. I'm going to treat it like a tarantella. I think I'm going to treat it like the gypsies treated snake poisoning. We're going to hopefully be better than we were in soundcheck, and we're going to be loud and quiet all at once. How loud are we going to be, Ev? It's down to you, mate.
Yeah, no, we'll be fine tonight. It all depends on taking Nurofen at the
It
right
does,
time.
you're dead
No,
right.
it does. If we get that right,
We're doing the
tonight,
Nurofen festival as well.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we're taking our Nurofen at 9.
I'm getting really hot.
Yeah, I'm absolutely baking. I don't know if
It
this
is
has come
hot,
over on
yeah.
television.
Unless we're all catching your lurking.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for taking the time out. I'm really looking forward to the gig. Thank you.
Live music with iTunes and Coca-Cola.